Assessors meeting for February 3rd, 2023. This meeting is also broadcast on Comcast Channel 16. This is the second meeting of 2023. Can I get a motion to approve the minutes of the public session that was held on January 5th, 2023?
So move.
I'll second that. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, nay. The minutes are approved. Can I get a motion to accept the non-public minutes of the meeting of January 5th, 2023, accept them and put them on file?
So move.
I'll second that. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. That motion is carried as well. Communications, Jennifer Zins has a department update.
Good morning, Board. So I wanted to just keep everybody abreast that we are working diligently on getting full staff. We are very close. We have been holding interviews, and we are confident that we will get another member within the assessing department fairly shortly. In addition to that, we are working on abatements at this time, and everything seems to be going smoothly. The public has been extremely receptive, and it's been kind of an easy revaluation process. So,
Thank you.
and that's it.
Thank you. Unfinished business, I don't know of any.
I have none.
New business items, is Greg available, or?
Greg is out, so I'll be representing for him.
Okay.
If that's okay. All right. So if it's okay, we can start with the administrative abatement for the property located at 7577 Northeastern Boulevard. The property owner was notified us of a change in the leased area that is taxable. The taxable area was reduced, however, the exemption amount was not recalculated and the new amount was not applied. So therefore, we needed to readjust that and put it in for an administrative abatement.
Okay. Paul, do you have any questions?
No, I'm familiar with the property, and it looks just like an administrative correction.
Yeah, that's what I thought as well. Can I get a motion to approve the administrative abatement for the property at 75 to 77 Northeastern Boulevard?
So moved.
I'll second that. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Next.
Okay. The next one is another administrative abatement. This one is located at 74 Northeastern Boulevard, Unit 9. You had heard from them and previously approved this charitable exemption. What had happened was the owner had inadvertently only filed for one unit, not realizing that when they had added the second unit, the staff, because the turnover, did not add that second unit. And they had just recently purchased it, so therefore they did not realize it. But when we were in that meeting back in, I want to say September, it was heard for Unit 9 and 10.
So that's for the Nashua Regional Cancer Center and the Youth Council?
This one, yes, this one's the youth, no, it's just for the Youth Council.
Oh, okay. All right, can I get a motion to approve the administrative abatement for the property at 74 Northeastern Boulevard, Unit 9?
So moved.
I'll second that. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, no? No. Nobody opposed. That is accepted. Next one?
It's an administrative abatement for 9 Stadium Drive, and this is city-owned property with taxable land leased space. The exemption amount for the non-taxable was not adjusted for the updated values. So again, it's an administrative abatement.
Any questions, Paul?
No,
I have no
it's pretty
questions.
straightforward.
Can I get a motion to approve the administrative abatement for the property at 9 Stadium Drive?
So moved.
I'll second that. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? The motion carries. Next one?
This one is an abatement recommendation. It's actually a supplemental bill, and it's for the prorated tax bill for the manufactured home per RSA 727A. And these are always the ones that we have to present after the tax bills have been, the tax rate's been set, the tax bills have gone out. So we do have two. This one is for 4 Manor Crest Drive.
I just have, if I may, Mr. Chairman.
Sure.
A general question. The prorated taxes indicate the date of occupancy. If the building is placed on a lot in a mobile home park prior to the date of occupancy, is it taxed?
I'm going to be truthful, I'm not familiar with these. We did not have any mobile homes where I come from. Jessica, are you
I believe for
familiar?
these two, we used the sale date.
Of the sale, okay.
For the occupancy, just to be sure that the owner was actually there.
Okay, that answers my question. Thank
I
you.
mean, they're more manufactured homes, they don't.
They don't call them mobile homes
mobile
anymore.
homes. 2 stories, as I saw.
That's true. All right, thank you.
Can I get a motion to approve the supplemental bill for the property at 4 Manor Crest Drive?
So moved.
I'll second that. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The motion carries.
And again, this is another manufactured house located at 29 Sunrise Trail for the supplemental bill.
Any questions, Paul?
No?
Can I get a motion to approve the supplemental bill for the property at 29 Sunrise Trail?
So moved.
I'll second that. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Is that it, Jennifer?
That is it for Greg's, yes.
Okay.
I have a few for you.
Next, we have Jessica. Yes.
So the first one I have is also an administrative abatement. It's a property located at 2-20 Sapphire. This is a townhome, 10 units connected townhome that was under construction for April 1st, but the taxpayer did receive a tax bill for a fully completed property, which it was not completed at the time. So this is an administrative abatement.
Any questions?
No.
I don't have any questions. Can I get a motion to approve the supplemental bill? I'm sorry, is that a change?
Oh,
I'm sorry,
should be an administrative abatement.
administrative adjustment for the property at 2-20 Sapphire Lane.
So moved.
I'll second that. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The motion carries. Next one.
All right. So I have an actual abatement for you. This home at 6 Cambridge Road.
Okay.
There you go. This home had been damaged by fire in 2020, and when the new home was rebuilt, it was built slightly, it was not finished the exact same way that the original built was. So when the inspector completed the construction, they did not do get in to do an interior inspection. So the owner came to me after the tax bills went out and asked for an inspection, which I performed, and made the data corrections to the property card, which brought the property assessment lower because there was less finished area. So we've made the changes moving forward, and the property owner has turned in an abatement to adjust the 2022 assessment due to the data corrections.
I have a quick question. Was the house footprint enlarged? It seemed like it's a much larger property now than it was. I know it was raised ranch.
It was on the same foundation. I believe it's the same size, but they had less, they did not finish one side of the basement, which previously had been finished. And there are less bedrooms. I think they just have an open floor plan in the living area rather than divide it up into 4 bedrooms.
Any questions, Paul?
No, I'm pleased that the interior inspection was done. It's,
All right, can I get a motion to approve the abatement for the property at 6 Cambridge Road, I'm sorry, for 2022?
so moved.
I'll second that. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next one,
Great, I've got one more, which is 182 Harris Road. After the final bill was mailed out, the owner requested an inspection to correct data on this property. After I inspected it and corrected the data, which was a finished attic down to an unfinished attic, and then adding a basement that we didn't have, the net result was a decrease in the assessment. So the owner we've made the changes moving forward, and they've turned in an abatement application to adjust the 2022 assessment.
okay, any questions, Paul?
No?
Can I get a motion to approve the abatement recommendation for the property at 182 Harris Road?
So moved.
I'll second that. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Motion carries. Okay. Is that it for your
Yes, thank you.
presentation? Thank you. At this, let's see, any public comment? Anybody? Yes, sir.
Sure.
Could you
Come on
forward
forward,
and
yes.
Please state your name and address.
My name is Bill Ferrio. My home is number 35 Indian Rock Road. I had a question more than a comment. Can someone explain what was the process that Vision used to validate the accuracy of their model?
If what is used?
Can you explain the process that Vision used to validate the accuracy of their model?
I'm not sure I understand. I mean, the methods that they use, is that what you're
The
asking?
method that they used to validate that the model was accurate.
I don't know as if that's a question we can answer in a few sentences. How much of that information is still available on the website about Vision's process and procedures?
Would you like me to answer that?
Yes,
as
please,
best
go ahead.
As I can, okay. Jennifer Zins. So I believe that we have answered this through Assess Help many times. I believe also you've received responses from Gary Perrin or Diane Vino as well with regards to that. So the USPAP compliance, anytime that you do a revaluation, whoever it is, whether the city's performing it or we hired a contracting company or whatnot, there's always models, there's always tables, that it's a time-consuming process. And it's a mass appraisal. We don't have the luxury of having, given the fact that we have almost 30,000 parcels, we don't have the luxury of doing an individualized appraisal. Therefore, it's a mass appraisal, just as any municipality has, which is built into your CAMA system, which the tables are built in as well, based on the market. And the USPAP compliance report, when it is submitted after the end of the revaluation, that is then sent over as a review for us, for the city, within the municipality, as well as sent to the Department of Revenue, the State of New Hampshire Department of Revenue. They review it to make sure that we're status quo with regards to the tables and the models. And until that is available, we can't show you, but once that USPAP compliance report is available, it will be uploaded to the website, which is, I believe, what the answer was that we had given to you a few times.
That's your answer?
Yes.
I think you're confusing me with someone else. I never received that information from Vision or from the city.
Okay.
And I think your answer was more in terms of how the review process of the city and the state would happen. Didn't talk about how Vision verified the accuracy of their math.
So,
But
no,
okay.
that is, the USPAP, are you familiar with the USPAP compliance? I'm not sure, I'm just asking a question with regard.
Slightly, I'm certainly not as aware of it as you are.
Okay, so the USPAP compliance report, anytime you do it, again, those are tables, they're brought into factors, and Jessica can weigh in as well. They're tables that are built in, so they do by the house style, by the neighborhood, there's many factors that go into it. So what your terminology is, you're using the word model, I use the word table. They're one and the same. So again, we can't give you that until the USPAP compliance report comes back. I'm not sure if I'm conveying the way that correct me if I'm wrong, I'm not sure if I'm understanding. You are looking for a model, which is a table. You're looking how it was assessed, correct?
I understand how the model was created. I understand that there is a model.
Okay.
And that model does include tables. I'm asking, how do you validate, or how did Vision validate that the model is correct? That it accurately reflects the correct assessed values of all the properties in the city? Did they, for example, maybe review the results of 10 different colonials and 10 different splits and compare that to recent sales, and by that say, oh yeah, the model is accurate, or maybe the model is not accurate?
Okay, so
Is that the process?
all of that information is on the line, on the website. It's over a year's worth of sales. There's many factors, and we did get into as many houses as we can, but we did review every single home. And again, that is within the USPAP, and it does have to be reviewed and approved by the city as well as by the state of New Hampshire. That's when they do the confirmation. But the contracting company, when they're doing it, before they submit the USPAP compliance report to us, and before they release the assessments for us, for the board to accept, which was back in October, I believe, those were reviewed. Does that answer your question? I'm trying to answer it as best as I can. If you need more clarification.
I think without a Vision representative here, or able to answer the question, I think you may not understand the details of the question. I'll save it for another date.
Okay, well, what I would suggest is that, I've been through 6 revals, so I've been in this business for 25 years plus. So what I would suggest is that you would put in your request to find out what that answer is to that question through the Assess Help, and therefore we can get the answer for you. We'll get to see your question in writing so that we can understand exactly what you're looking for. Because I think I'm trying to explain it, but I don't think it's the way that I'm not sure.
I can try that. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I
And,
apologize, Board. I
No,
tried to
it's,
answer. I'm not sure if there's something that is, I'm not sure.
No, it's, if you're not in the field, sometimes the language is different. and
Right.
What I might understand the term model to mean might mean something
Exactly,
different
might mean table to
than you.
us.
So I think it is a great idea to put it in writing.
yep.
And when you get that information back, the final reports, that will be helpful too.
Yeah, okay.
But I will say that, as we were going through the process, Vision was very good with us along each step of the way, talking about sales data and neighborhood analysis and so on, and it's complex. There's a lot of information to
A lot
digest
goes
there.
into it. It's
Yeah.
not just, okay, I'll do this number.
Yeah,
It's
but I
time consuming.
I think that going through Assess Help will be a great aid. And if it's not, come on back and we'll talk again.
No, I think it's a great question, and I think it's one that every resident should want to know the answer. So by putting it into the Assess Help, we'll be able to answer that, okay?
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, next we have comments by members of the board. Paul, do you have anything?
I have nothing.
I don't have anything. This time, we would go into non-public session. Let's see. Can I get a motion to go into non-public for 2 reasons? First, to discuss matters which, if discussed in public, would likely affect adversely the reputation of any person other than a member of this board, unless such person requests an open meeting. This exemption shall extend to include any application for assistance or tax abatement or waiver of a fee, fine, or other levy, if based on the inability to pay or poverty of the applicant pursuant to RSA 91-A:3, Section 11, Paragraph parenthetical C. Second, under 91A:3, Section 11, parenthetical 1, for the consideration of legal advice provided by legal counsel, either in writing or orally, to one or more members of the public body, even where legal counsel is not present.
So moved.
I'll second that. All those in favor, Paul Bergeron?
Yes.
Robert Early, yes. We are now in non-public session.